Our story started when Hudson was 15 months old, and our pediatrician referred us over to the oncology department in CHOC to have a suspicious lump looked at. And the same day that we had the ultrasound, I got a call from the pediatrician at work. And she stopped me and she said, "Evie, I think your son has cancer." And at that moment, I stopped everything and we headed to CHOC. We ended up in surgery, so March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, with Dr. Glizade, and she did the most amazing surgery. She was able to get the tumor out whole, but unfortunately the tumor was so big that we had to do chemo after that. It was life-changing to think that our 1-year-old had cancer and then had to endure chemo treatment for the next 6 months was unreal.
The day we went to, he had a surgery. It was interesting because we went to the hospital and the nurse was a high school friend of mine. That was our nurse going into surgery, and it was just, that was comforting, just to see a familiar face. And then, I mean, the child life specialist came in there and, you know, played with him and kind of took him away from us at that point. But it was just nice to have people there that kind of were so caring.
I feel like the doctors are kind of amazing. That's what my mom's always told me. The nurses too, they were like amazing there. And then my mom told me about a red wagon that used to pull me around the doctors.
I was pregnant with Cole when we first started our journey with CHOC, and so the CHOC team really got to see Cole grow. And so every time I'd come in with him in the car seat, she'd want to check him out and see how big he got, and it was more like a friend coming to see us than an office assistant. Most kids his age, toddlers, enjoy going to the park and, you know, other places like that, and those are things that we had to avoid at that point. But for Hudson, he looked forward to his CHOC checkups every week because he got to go see all of his friends and the doctors and get high fives and hugs, and they just really made him feel like this was family and not a hospital.
I look back at those times and it was just like a cloud of just, this is a nightmare. I mean, it was, you just wanted to get out of it, but they guided you through everything.
We were in our darkest days, but felt like we had a guiding light. So at no point did we feel lost or not cared for or not supported, because we felt like we were in the best care and the best hands that we possibly could be. Right when Hudson was diagnosed, one of our dear friends sprung into action, set up a restaurant fundraiser, raffles, and made t-shirts to sell. And so the t-shirts said HHK, which are Hudson's initials, "Say a little prayer for me." So immediately when we had heard about the CHOC Walk through a family when we were at one of our hospital stays, we decided, oh, we're gonna do it, and here's our team name, it's Team HHK.
I mean, I tell people, like, once you do the CHOC Walk, he'll do it again. I mean, and bring tissues, because, I mean, at least for me. I get emotional every time I go to the CHOC Walk, and I love it. I mean, I love just all the teams and stuff, and it's one big family group. I mean, it's amazing.
Most of our team has been walking most of the years with us. It's continued to grow. The other thing that's really cool about our team is we have a lot of youth. So Hudson has raised so much awareness with his friends at school, with all of his sports teams that he plays on. So we have a ton of kids on our team, and I think it ends up being a fun event. Disneyland is the perfect place for the CHOC Walk to happen because the event is magical in itself, and to have it at the happiest place on earth is the perfect location.
It's almost kind of like not real. It's like amazing, like how many people are there just to support CHOC.
Or like kind of hanging out with friends and seeing all the other teams. You see a ton of people and they're like all there for the same reason. So it's kind of like crazy.
I was thrilled to hear that Hudson would be the ambassador. You never want your son to have cancer, but when they're as brave as him and we beat it, this gives him such a big platform to continue to raise awareness and spread the word and really be thankful to CHOC for everything that they've done, not only for him, but for our family.
I thought we were getting a dog. Then I found out I was gonna be the ambassador, and it was amazing. It was equally good with probably a little bit better.
when you're a parent, you have to. I mean, I just feel like you have to keep fighting, and you just look forward, and I mean, you know, to an end point, or hopefully to an end point. But having CHOC would just, it makes it, you know, I don't want to say you put all your, I mean, I did. We put all our trust in CHOC. I mean, for the care, and it was awesome.
I think for me, advice is even on your darkest day, right? There is a light, and for us, that was CHOC. That was our family. That was our community. That was our friends, right? And so, I think they're always there to support you, and you never feel alone if you allow the light to lead.